Lila Rose, a friend of the channel, by the way, if you guys didn't know, Lila Rose is a good friend of the channel. She had an amazing clip talking about the use of not psychics, not fortune tellers, not new age woo-woo gurus, but praying Christians by detectives.
Whoa.
Okay, really interesting clip. Big props to Lila Rose. If you guys didn't know, she's a friend of the channel. Gonna have her back on soon. But yeah, let's play this.
Group of Christians that help identify missing persons through prayer.
Yeah. They've come to the point where they have a partnership with the local police and FBI. From what I am aware, I think the police are kind of the mindset of, we don't really know exactly what you're doing. All we know is that you are gaining results for us.
It's working.
That's phenomenal.
I mean, that right there, what is this? What do the cessationists do with this?
Why you gotta go at the cessationists?
What do we do?
You go straight to the cessationists. Here's it. So this is what we would describe as a prophetic gifting, not capital P prophets.
Okay.
Prophetic gifting.
All right.
This is what we would describe as words of knowledge, God depositing information that only God can know into people. So God can give you a word for someone and you not know what that word is. Meaning there's no way you could have known what that word is.
Yeah.
Specific divine insight, like specific divine insight that can give people opportunities to minister. This is actually very common in any sort of non-denominational, charismatic, Pentecostal type of church. Like this isn't just woo-woo crazy, flying off the chandeliers, flying flags. Charismatics, right? This is like your typical Calvary Chapel will have folks that are like, hey, God gave me a word for you. Like, I don't know if this is right, but do you mind if I share this with you? Like, this is fairly standard, right? This sort of stuff. Not standard, but this is fairly common.
Yeah.
But it goes on to show the 1 Corinthians 12, 1 Corinthians 14 gifts of the Spirit that are still active today. In many churches, thousands of churches. And the beautiful part is that these are the same types of folks and same types of gifts that we see exhibited where the gospel is going forth. So like Iran and like developing nations where there's revival happening, it's usually in these sorts of streams.
Yeah.
You know,
let's go back.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they found hundreds of people.
Wow, hundreds of people.
Yeah. This team doesn't go looking, but they listen and they report to the police what they heard. When they find out that there's a person who's missing, they will independently pray and ask the Lord for information. Lord, can you show me where this person is right now?
Jeez.
Is there an image that you can give me of what it looks like?
So they don't go looking, but they pray.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, I've heard of this sort of stuff. I've never experienced this sort of stuff personally, meaning there's no one in my circles that does this sort of stuff.
Okay.
But it's not, to me, like this isn't jarring or outside the realms of possibility. This is like, oh yeah, like this is how these sorts of gifts work.
Yeah.
A route you can show me, and things along those lines, I imagine, is what they're asking him for specifics. And then they get together, they share what they heard, and they have this discernment process where they basically look for patterns. Did anyone else hear that? Did anyone else see that? And when they start seeing commonalities among multiple people who've independently been listening for God, then they can take steps forward and press in further. They can go back to prayer and ask God for more specific information.
It's pretty amazing.
I know, and this is really bad. Can I say something really bad? It sounded like how we use ChatGPT.
What?
Like once you get some information, you gotta go back and you gotta like press it for a little bit more, and then like it gives it back to you.
You're tripping, bro.
I'm with them. I'm with them. And can we give flowers to Lila Rose here? Because at the top of the stream, we're talking about how it's not very often that there are Catholic sources or Orthodox sources that bring on very different views of their own.
Yes. This is Lila Rose, who is doing an amazing job of letting Protestants speak into these conversations. And she always has done an amazing job. She's always given me a platform. I think I'm doing her podcast next month.
Come on.
Or this month. Am I doing it this month? I don't know. I'm doing it soon. And so, yeah, no, I love everything about this.
Is available to all of us for anything, as much as the Lord's willing to provide, but we have to ask and listen.
Wow, and by the way, what I just described, there was a massive revival of the charismatic gifts within some Catholic streams in the 80s. So it's not that these sorts of gifts are exclusive to Protestants. It's just Protestants tend to be the ones that read the scriptures and go after it, you know? But this sort of stuff, this happened, I want to say in the late 80s, where there was a lot of Catholics who were then having encounters with the Holy Spirit and were getting these sorts of gifts and prophecy and tongues and that sort of stuff that was happening. And it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff. So what do we find? A unique group of Christians is collaborating with law enforcement agencies, including the police and FBI, to find missing persons by utilizing prayer and spiritual discernment. They don't engage in traditional search methods, but instead, members independently pray.
So I think the police have in the past, similar to like the CIA, worked with like psychics.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's
that's
hidden
not the
knowledge.
same thing.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, in this scenario, this is not the same thing. This is them actually working with a group of Christians to accomplish this goal.
Couple pretty amazing things coming up. Bless God Summit 2026. Godly Ambition, available for pre-order. Go to godlyambition.com. Pre-order yours now, and then you can go to My Godly Ambition. So you pre-order on Amazon, get a screenshot, go to My Godly Ambition, hit claim pre-order, and then you can get access to the first 3 chapters, plus the intro chapter, plus an ambition action worksheet that I think you guys are going to love. And here's a little more information about the Bless God Summit. All right, peace.
What do Wes Huff, KB from Southside Rabbi, Ninjas of Butterflies, Josh Nate Doe all have in common? They're all going to be with me live at Bless God Summit 2026 here at the Seabird Resort in Oceanside, California, while we're right on the water. Now, those of you guys that attended the first Bless God Summit, the 400 of you, we heard you loud and clear. We're keeping the prices the same at a nicer resort. The lineup is going to be even more incredible. We're bringing back some of the speakers, and we're even renting out the Oceanside Amphitheater for the most incredible night of music and outreach. My man Dustin Tavella, who won America's Got Talent, is coming back, and an additional lineup of performers that are all going to be performing here at the Oceanside Amphitheater the final night of the Bless God Summit. We heard your requests. The kids' tickets ages are going up. The resort is even nicer. We won't be sitting down as much. We'll be out networking. Some of the sessions will even be outside on the water, all with the vision of leaning into worldview, virtue, and impact. March 5th, 6th, and 7th here in Oceanside, California. Bless God Summit. Go to blessgodsummit.com and get your tickets now.
I decided to just come, not really knowing what to expect. And man, I'm so glad that I did.
You don't expect it to be so intimate. And so like the group of people that was there, I think it was great. We were able to see people who are truly seeking God. We got to see a ton of people who are special, we'll call it in the industry.
One of our major takeaways has just been how God blesses in you being faithful. A lot of Christians just want to chase after success instead of chasing faithfulness.
I think it's just been really effective how everybody has been teaching you how they've been able to follow Jesus and make disciples as they're going.
It's a really classy summit. I am just very impressed with the quality and the structure, and just a very classy, very nice.
As much as we can get so much from online content, there's a huge difference between being here. None of these people are egotistical. They'll shake hands with you.
I did the sponsorship back in November and just left it in God's hands and just prepared myself, if he allowed it, that I would be here. Here I am.
People that you're gonna meet are amazing.
You're gonna meet friends here, and you're also gonna be edified.
I'm honestly amazed at the diversity and the need.
It's a super fun time, so you guys are not gonna want to miss out.